You've probably seen videos like this about Dubai all over social media. And while it's true that Dubai can be an excellent tax haven due to its liberal policies, there are some rules and stipulations you need to be aware of before signing a lease on that new apartment and moving there. As a Dubai resident and a tax attorney myself, I see so many people overlook fine print type rules and end up dealing with massive headaches and complications later on as a result. And in many cases, it's not their fault. They were simply uninformed or misled to begin with. So in today's video, my goal is to clear up myths and provide you with everything you need to know about Dubai before you get a residency or visa there. Let's start with the United Arab Emirates zero tax policy that has been highlighted hundreds of times on social media. For decades, this 0% tax rate in the United Arab Emirates was across the board: 0% corporate tax, 0% on personal income, 0% on dividends, and 0% on capital gains. Because of this policy, the country attracts very wealthy business people and investors, which further stimulates economic growth. Thus, Dubai in particular has become a top destination for expats looking to escape burdening tax laws in their home countries. As an entrepreneur, why wouldn't you want to live in such a metropolis where you get to enjoy zero tax on your personal income and several other benefits? However, in June of 2023, the UAE introduced a 9% mandatory corporate tax for businesses whose profits exceed the $100,000 threshold per year. Now, the reason I mention this is because it's a recent change, and at the time of making this video, this new regulation is less than a year old, meaning that there are quite a few people that may still be unaware of the change and its exact implications. A lot of business owners that were previously paying zero taxes will now be affected by this change and have to be far more diligent when it comes to their bookkeeping. Business owners that fail to adapt could well end up in some serious trouble and complications, which is why I feel compelled to share this information. As far as the 0% personal income, dividend and capital gain taxes, these will remain the same and business will carry on as usual. But let me be clear, these taxes are still far better than most places in the world, in particular locations such as the US, where federal corporate income tax stands at 21%. And don't forget, you'll also be paying state taxes depending on where you're located. Or take the example of the United Kingdom, where taxes don't seem to be going down, but rather increasing, with corporate tax having gone up from 19% to 25% in April this year for those companies with profits over £250,000. The only difference now is that a certain percentage of businesses in the UAE will be bound to that extra 9% every fiscal year. Again, while it's a small detail, this is something everyone should be aware of to avoid headaches in the upcoming tax season. Another misconception about Dubai comes from US citizens. Many Americans think they can simply move to Dubai, live there, and automatically be exempted from US tax laws and regulations. This is an untrue assumption which many make. For example, for citizens of the UK, Australia, or Canada, as long as you're non-domiciled in your home country and are present in Dubai for more than 180 days per year, you'll be able to reap its attractive tax benefits. However, if you were trying to do the same thing as an American citizen, you'd still be bound to US tax laws even if you're living abroad, meaning you still have to file an annual report with the IRS. There is, however, something called the foreign income exclusion, which is an option available for Americans that reside abroad. This allows them to take advantage of some, but not all tax laws. The exclusion allows US citizens to exclude up to $120,000 from their foreign income, provided they meet the following criteria. Firstly, you have to be physically present in a foreign country for at least 334 days during any 12-month period, and the 330 days do not have to be consecutive. And secondly, they must have a tax home in a foreign country. Your tax home is typically the place where you conduct your regular business activities or where you maintain your primary economic interest. And even this rule still has an additional stipulation that some are unaware of. This act will only let you exclude the $120,000 from your income tax, and it does not exempt you from paying self-employment tax on foreign income if you're working as a freelancer, an independent contractor, or a sole proprietor abroad. Therefore, the only way to completely reap the UAE's attractive tax benefits as a US citizen would be to renounce your US citizenship entirely and then obtain a second citizenship of another country. For example, you could obtain citizenship from the Caribbean, such as St. Lucia or Dominica, with their zero tax policy, which would be a great option if you're willing to fork out a minimum of $100,000 via their citizenship by investment program. Or perhaps consider Turkey, where you can obtain citizenship by making a real estate investment of $400,000 and with the added benefit of having US E2 visa access as a Turkish citizen, which will then give you the right to live and work in the States as a non-US citizen. Since Dubai has such a lenient tax policy, many people assume that the cost of living would be abnormally high, As someone that lives in Dubai, I speak from experience when I say this isn't the case at all. In fact, Dubai's cost of living is cheaper in comparison to major cities in the US, such as Miami, New York, and LA. Talking from experience, in New York City, renting even a modest one-bedroom apartment can set you back around $3,000 to $4,000 a month, whereas in Dubai, a modern one-bedroom apartment in a prime area, such as downtown Dubai, for example, would cost significantly less, approximately $2,000 a month. And Miami's rental market isn't any better when comparing to Dubai, especially when comparing areas such as South Beach, where rentals can range from $2,500 to $3,500 a month. Given there's no personal income tax in the UAE, the cost of living is much lower than major cities in the West, and you're essentially getting more value for your buck. So there you have it. Those are the top 3 myths about Dubai that I've hopefully debunked for you in today's video. If you're someone interested in acquiring a Dubai residency, that is something my firm can help clients obtain. I'm going to leave a link in the description for those looking to learn more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.